Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2025, the album Dad AF. Rock on, gold dust woman. How are you guys doing today? Okay, let's get into this video. I have like so many different thoughts, which is typically how I am. Did you watch my rant video yesterday? Oh my God. Did you watch my new Taco Bell review that I did today on my review channel? I reviewed the toasted cheddar chalupa, but the vegetarian version of it. And then I reviewed the new vegetarian options. So I had a really fun time doing that review. Go check it out. It's on my review channel. And if you have been unsubscribed to my channel for whatever reason, go check it out and see. And then if you want to stay subscribed to me, please subscribe to me again and hit the notification bell and all that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, a lot of people are telling me that they're getting unsubscribed to my channel. And yesterday, I got several comments from people saying, you said it in your other video, and then I went and looked and I was unsubscribed to your channel. So please just go check it out. Okay, there's a couple things I want to say before I get into this video today. First of all, I want to say that I was wrong about the James Charles thing the other day. I don't have a problem getting on camera when I get something wrong and admitting that I got it wrong. I said that James Charles was not at the Lady Gaga launch of her House Labs party. He was there. I saw it in several people's pictures. They sent it to me, and as soon as it was sent to me, I checked. The first place I checked was on Candy Johnson's Instagram, and then I corrected it, and I put it, it's like the pinned comment underneath my video, so if you want to go over there and see it, I said over there that, hey, I screwed up, I got it wrong. So James, I apologize, and for all of you out there that left me comments, you were right. So anyway, sometimes I get things wrong, but I haven't in a really long time. The last time that I got something completely wrong like that, and this was so funny because I had said it in the video like the day before, was that I had said Gigi Gorgeous was in the cast of the Celebrity Big Brother because I had read this article about it, and then like as soon as I posted the video, it came out and it said that like the cast and she wasn't in it. So anyway, but a lot of people did say in my comment sections that things about like that I didn't know that Jeffree Star was in Michigan and that I should do his research. I actually addressed that in my video. I had watched his Instagram stories and his Snapchat, so I did do my research, and you can go back over there and you can watch that video again if you want to. So that's the first thing I just want to say. I apologize for that mistake. Hold on a second. Peepee the flying chihuahua. How are you doing today, peeps? He said, well, I lost my verification check mark. You did? He said, yeah, they don't let me over on the YouTube anymore. So everybody's up in arms because YouTube changed the verification check mark system. I don't know. You have to be a celebrity or have 1 million subscribers or something like that. And it's going to go into effect in October. I am one of those people that is losing their check mark. I don't know, on a bad day, maybe it would affect me more. I don't really care today. I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. I think we live in a society where we all want the check mark, don't we? I mean, we all do. You know, I'm not even going to lie about that. We all want the check mark on whatever social media platform, you know? But I was thinking about this today because I was seeing a lot of people talk about it, and they were talking about like their hard work that went into building their YouTube channels, and many people that are losing their check marks have been around 3-4 times as long as I have, so I totally understand why they're upset about it. But you know, it made me think back on, so when I was getting my master's degree, I did a graduate studies internship, and I was in an elementary school with like a bunch of students. There was like a unit, and the person that was over us, she had this huge desk, and like she would have gold stars and red stars and green stars and blue stars on her desk. And so when kids would come in, she would, you know, give them a star. And I remember I said to her one time, and I had a friend of mine that was a teacher that did this too, that said to me something about like, or I said to her, I said, why do you like have all these different colored stars? And she's like, I let them pick out what star they feel like they are for the day, you know? Don't ever let somebody else tell you if you are verified or not in the real world. You know, it's just, I think we live this world today where we validate ourselves or we validate our acceptance by what somebody else thinks of us. Pick what color of star you want to be for the day. Maybe you don't even want a star. The best thing I love that I saw out there was that Raw Beauty Christie said she never even had a check mark to begin with, so it didn't really affect her. And I thought, I kind of live for that, you know? That she didn't really care if she ever, because you have to apply for the check mark, right? So that she didn't even really care if she got the check mark or not. You know, that was what it said to me. And I kind of lived for that, you know? That really showed me the humility of Christie, honestly, that she doesn't care if she gets a check mark or not. She just is like, I am who I am, right? I I don't know, like, I have a lot of different thoughts about it, but what I really thought about it was, and I put this out on Twitter, was that I am verified every day on a day-to-day basis by those of you that watch my videos, especially those of you that spend an hour every day watching my vlogs, that watch my Peterisms videos, my booktube videos, and my review videos, and my videos over here, that send me direct messages, that even just send a like to one of my videos or subscribe to my channels. I get so many unbelievably nice DMs and emails, I just can't even keep up with them. I want to thank you guys so much for doing that. That does make me feel validated and verified, and I really, really appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you to those of you out there that do that on the regular or check in with me every once in a while or whatever. Thank you so much. And that's just kind of how I feel about it. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a sad day for a lot of people, but I think we, you know, can choose to put one foot in front of the other and not let this define us, right? As YouTubers, content creators, or just like me as a dude with a camera. I also want to address a comment that I got on my video. I actually just got it like 20 minutes ago, and this was on my rant video yesterday, and I was talking about gas stations and having clerks of gas stations and other stores, like I call them my friends, right? And so this person said, I won't call them out, you can go look at the comment if you want to, but they said, anyone else think it's pretty sad that Peter calls store clerks his good friends? Have a feeling he lives a pretty lonely life. Well, I will say that I get lonely from time to time, you know, that's an emotion, that's a feeling that I totally relate to. This is feeling like a Peterisms video, but bear with me, there is drama. That is a feeling and an emotion that I relate to sometimes. You know, I am so blessed to have had a best friend for 23 years. Shout out to my good GD Tanya Jean. She's my heartstone. I don't know what I would do without her. And I have so many friends that are in sobriety as well. I've been sober for 24 and a half years. I have so many friends outside of sobriety as well. My good friends like Melissa, and her husband Jason, my good friend Valerie. I have many, many friends that I talk about on my videos on a regular basis, but I still get lonely from time to time. I am also blessed to have an amazing husband who I share my life with. We will be in San Diego next week, visiting his brother and his brother's girlfriend. I also have an incredible family on both sides of our families that we are part of, and I feel very, very blessed. One comment that I get on my vlogs on a regular basis is from people that say, I have no friends in my life, I have no family. I have nobody that I talk to unless I watch your vlog for a day. And it breaks my heart. Because in my 47 years, one thing I can say is that I have been many times I have felt very, very lonely. But I can't ever say that I felt completely alone in the world. I always had at least one person that I could go to and talk to. There are people out there that are very, very lonely, and maybe to them, seeing somebody in a gas station or seeing somebody in a Walmart or seeing somebody at the grocery store that they talk to on a regular basis is the only form of physical contact that they have with somebody throughout the day that they can talk to. And I just want to thank all of you out there that work in customer service, that are so kind to people out there, to develop friendships with the guests and the customers that come through your stores, to make them feel welcome on a daily basis, to make me feel welcome on a daily basis. Thank you for your service. Okay, now let's get into the video. At 8 minutes and 33 seconds, we're going to talk about the fact that Jeffree Star unfollowed Tati, Glam Life Guru, on Twitter. Now, before we get into this video, I want to say something, okay? I'm working really, really hard, really. It's shaking, bacon. Okay, I need some coffee. Hold on a second. By the way, I just went and bought my Hunter backpack, like the Hunter boots. Don't be jealous. You can get yours at Target, not sponsored. They have them in all colors. Is that not fantastic? Okay. But anyway, I was going on I was looking out for that one today. Okay. So anyway, I was on a wild goose chase. Okay. So this is interesting. I'm working really hard to try to stay unbiased on this channel, okay? That doesn't mean to say that I don't have some personal feelings towards people that, like, when I see their behaviors or I see their actions, that I think one way or the other, right? And I will come on here in a certain given situation and say, ooh, I don't like this, or ooh, I don't like that. I have no personal investment in the friendship between Jeffree Star, Tati, Jeffree Star, James Charles, all of it, okay? I really don't. And, you know, what was interesting to me was that I made this video the other day, and I got a lot of comments from people, and it was about Jeffree Star not attending Lady Gaga's event. And a lot of people were like, you're really pushing this narrative, you're really biased, blah, 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 whatever, which I'm totally open to that criticism, okay? And I will take a look at that as well, right? But what was interesting to me about that was that like the day before I had done a video and I was talking about his video that he did, where he went to the Dollar General, and I said it was a really cute video and I really liked it and all that kind of stuff, right? I talked about the first 5 minutes that I didn't like, but I talked about the rest and I thought it was a really cute video. Nobody came for me, well, not many people came for me and said I was biased. It was on the video that I was criticizing Jeffree Star, or I was giving what I thought, okay, was just my opinion based on why he wasn't there. People literally came out of the woodwork and were like, well, he was eating a tuna tetrazzini with his sister-in-law, so blah, 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 whatever. Can't he have family time? Listen, okay? First of all, it ain't that deep. And if it is that deep to you, then maybe you need to take a step back and check your own bias, okay? So what I'm going to say is this. If I'm going to attempt to be as unbiased as possible in my videos, and when I feel that I can't do that, being honest and transparent about it, what I am going to ask in response to you is, please try to be as unbiased as well, okay? In your comments and your responses and the things that you say. And let's have an educated conversation about things like that. Let's have an adult conversation about this. I do want to make this very, very clear. There are only a few influencers out there that I really, 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 really don't like, okay? And feel strong bias towards. And I can only really think of one off the top of my head right now, and I have never made a video about him. I don't believe I have ever on my channel. So I don't really dislike any of these people. It's interesting to me to talk about the drama and the gossip and all of it, but I don't have any real heartfelt feelings towards these people. You can believe that or not. That's just how it is. So let's talk about the Tati situation, okay? And we're just gonna talk about facts. So I did a video about a week ago, and I talked about how Jeffree Star had unfollowed Tati on Instagram. I then came out and I made a second video where I said that Nathan, Jeffree Star's boyfriend, had also unfollowed Tati on Instagram. She don't care that I call her Tati, okay? It's a joke. Hot Tati. She knows it. She knows I call her Hot Tati and all that kind of stuff, okay? I can't speak. It's shake and bake and I help. All right? We all know that. Do I even have a fan of this video? What's going on? So anyway, I made that video. I had a lot of people that came to me, and this was interesting, that said Jeffree Star still does follow her, Jeffree Star's in my mutuals, blah, 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 whatever. What's interesting to me about this that I thought that I found out as a result, well, first of all, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I do believe, as of today, still follows her on Instagram. I could be wrong. I don't know. But what was interesting to me about this was how many fake Jeffree Star accounts there are out there. Because people would literally send them to me, and they were like, Jeffree Star with his picture, with one letter misspelled, right? I thought I had a lot of people that were like fake of the days of being Peter Monn. No, Jeffree Star literally probably has hundreds, right? And so when somebody would go look, it would pull up this account that looked like Jeffree Star, but it wasn't Jeffree Star, right? So no, he has unfollowed her on Instagram. He has unfollowed her, and Nathan has unfollowed her as well. Somebody questioned him on Twitter and said, I just want to make sure that you knew that you were unfollowed because maybe it was a mistake or whatever. And he addressed it and said something to the effect of, there are bigger things going on in the world. Why are we so worried about this? Blah, 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 whatever. Who's following who on social media? Well, okay. So that's that. And then I got a direct message from probably 5 or 6 people, I think this was yesterday, that Jeffree had unfollowed Tati on Twitter, okay? So I went and looked, and I looked more than once. I looked once, twice, thrice. And I like my chicken soup with rice. No, I don't eat chicken soup because I'm a vegetarian. That's why I reviewed vegetarian options over at the Taco Bell. And I looked, and Jeffree Star is no longer following Tati on Twitter, okay? Now, what people were speculating before was, if he was going to really unfollow her and end the friendship, why did he unfollow her on Instagram but not on Twitter? And I speculated, but I'm trying not to do that today. I'm trying just to stick to the facts, okay? So a lot of people were speculating why that was, blah, 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 whatever, okay? So I don't know. What do you think is going on here? Do you think that their friendship is over? Now, Tati does still follow Jeffree Star on Instagram and on, and on Twitter. So they are still following each other over there. I don't know. I do think it's interesting that in the midst of all of this, Shane Dawson put out a statement on his Instagram saying that the trailer for the series will be next week, and that then the video will be shortly after that. And, you know, a lot of people are speculating about why he hasn't put the series out yet, and he said that September, middle of September, fall, whatever. In all honesty, I don't remember when Shane Dawson said that he was going to put the thing out. I just don't, okay? What I will say to this is that I was really thinking about this before I got on video, because I was like, okay, Peter, go into this and be really, really unbiased. it appears to me that Jeffree Star has had many ended friendships with people, and that he is the person that typically ends the friendship, right? So I went on Google and I searched out some of his tweets, and I went back like a year and I was reading the tweets. It's very interesting. Google Jeffree Star tweets. You can go into image search and you can go through and you can read his tweets, many of which have been deleted 30 seconds, 5 minutes later, right? But it's kind of interesting when you go back and you see the things that he said about Manny in the public forum, and then took down the things that he said, you know, even about Kat Von D back in the day, the things that he said about Laura Lee, the things that he said about all these people. It's very, very interesting, right? But then I was sitting here thinking about it because I was like going to make a list, and I was like, if I made a list and I showed, okay, these are all the people that Jeffree Star is no longer friends with. These are the people that Manny MUA is no longer friends with. These are all the people that James Charles is no longer friends with. These are all the people that Laura Lee and Manny are no longer, did I say Manny already? These are all the people that Laura Lee is no longer friends with. These are all the people that Nikki Tutorials are no longer friends with. And these are all the people that Jaclyn Hill is no longer friends with. What's interesting to me, okay, is not the consistency of who has lost the most friends. Because when you look at it from a realistic point of view, what's interesting to me about this, and I will say, if you guys remember back in the day, Tati got a lot of crap because she did a video with Jeffree Star on the heel of a bunch of stuff coming out about Jeffree Star. And then Tati was like criticized because she did this video with Jeffree Star. This is like 2 years ago for people that are new to this whole scene, right? So that whole relationship is very specific and interesting to me, right? But when you look at it and you look at Jeffree Star and you look at like Manny and you look at like James, they're like the top three, and really James and Jeffree are who have the highest amount of followers on YouTube, are the ones that appear to have the hardest time keeping a friendship, okay? The people that seem to really like have kept friends are like kind of Jaclyn Hill and Nikki Tutorials. And what's kind of interesting to me when you look at that, right, is that they're two people that don't really interact a whole lot with other YouTubers. I mean, they really don't. Like, love them or hate them, Nikki Tutorials kind of does her thing, and then she comes over and she visits, or she does like a brand thing or whatever, you know? And I know she was just here, and she was with Jeffree Star, and she was with James Charles. You know, Jaclyn Hill, love her or hate her, it's the same situation, you know? It's like she kind of lives her life in Florida, and she's with her boyfriend and her family, but she kind of stays out of all of this. It almost kind of seems to me like the key to getting along in the beauty influencer community and to not being problematic and dramatic with friends and not having fallouts with other people is not living in LA. I'm wondering if that isn't a problem, like the close proximity of all these people, or having to attend the same events, or are they all competitive as hell, or what's going on, you know? It's very, very interesting to me. And I think that when we look at it overall, you know, what is the common denominator between the beauty influencer person, no name tagged to that, and their inability to keep a friendship, right? Or is it the fact that they're social media fame, or that they're YouTubers in general, or is it a certain personality type? What is it that they have an inability to keep a certain friendship? I don't know. And I have absolutely no idea why this was ended between Tati and Jeffree. You know, it could be all Tati. She could have done something that is inexcusable. Who knows, right? And maybe Jeffree's like, I'm done. I've tried to help her. I'm done. I don't know, you know? Or maybe it's just, you know, something that Tati is like, I can't do this anymore and whatever. And Jeffree's like, okay, I'm done with you. Who knows? We don't know what it is, right? Do I think it's going to come out? Oh, absolutely I do. You know, things are really, really heating up with the fact that this series is getting ready to come out. There's so many things. I mean, there's like little bonfires everywhere going off, right? Bonfires, you know what I'm talking about? There's little fires sparking everywhere. And it's all kind of around this huge series. It was interesting when I was like going back and I was reading Jeffree's tweets. One of the things that was interesting that was said in there was, a year ago when Manny was coming out with his holiday collection, Jeffree made a tweet to Manny saying something, or about Manny, saying something about him stealing him and Shane's idea. Well, here we are a year later, and it's like that idea still hasn't come out. And I don't even know what that is about anymore. I was like, did I make a video about that? I need to go back and look, blah, blah, blah. It's like in October of last year, something to do with Manny taking Shane and Jeffree's creative idea for their concept and turning it into his own because he needs to have a holiday release or something, and then said something about his family. It was interesting. You can find it. You can go Google it on Twitter. I'm not going to throw it up in here. But I'm like, okay, so this has been going on for a year, this whole series. What's the behind the scenes of the series? What's really going on behind? Because I think a lot of people are really nervous about what's going to happen when this series is coming out. So anyway, Tati and Jeffree are obviously done. It's over. He doesn't follow her on Twitter, and he doesn't follow her on Instagram. I checked, I double checked, I triple checked, okay? So you don't need to send me 500 messages and say, yes, he does. He doesn't, okay? And if you tweet him, he'll probably say, there's bigger issues in the world, and maybe he's right. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.